armed forces of nature. The Predacons are ferocious animal robots who lash out with fury. There's DIVEBOMB, the eagle who can spot a target from a mile up in the sky. Together, they combine into a hair-trigger horror, the giant robot Predaking. As a warrior, Predaking has no equal. As a weapon, he has no known weaknesses. He can lift 500 tons without even straining a circuit.
Hey guys, and welcome back for today's unboxing video. It's going to be the second part basically of unboxing and transforming and reviewing the DEFORMATION TV-01 and 02 set. I bought them together, and in the previous video I unboxed Razor Claw. Wasn't entirely able to transform him. Mainly the back part, I didn't know what to do with it. Luckily they have this little QR code on the back side with which you can basically check out a video where someone transforms it for you. And I've seen different variations with the guns being on the front legs or either on the shoulders right here. I'm not sure which one I prefer. When they're tucked on the shoulders, they seem to stick out a little bit too much to the front in my opinion, but yeah, so it's legend scaled, pretty small, but I do think it looks pretty cool. So very curious about DIVEBOMB, which we're gonna be doing today. So let me just make a little bit more room, shift this one to the back a little bit. And yeah, the box, as you could see in the previous video, is a little bit scrunched up. Might be able to fix that a little bit, but gonna end up somewhere in the storage anyway, so it doesn't really matter that much. But yeah, DIVEBOMB, one of them, one of the Predacons I like more than some of the others. Same goes for Razor Claw. I like it. I like that design a lot. Oh, and I'm still actually not sure if I did Razor Claw correctly, but I'll actually dive into it to see what's going on with that, to transform it properly. I still have to edit that video and shoot some pictures and videos in both modes, so I'll look into that eventually. Okay, so DIVEBOMB apparently does not seem to have a blade, I don't think. He's got two guns and the huge backpack. Yeah, let me just show you guys the guns first. They are similar, or the same actually. Can apparently tuck this away. Now the same as for Razor Claw, who had this gun. The guns are not that special, but they are fine. They got some they got some designs on it, and it's all right. I guess I would have preferred it to be metallic black looking. Same as with the gold on the wings, that looks very nice. Very cool. And we got the head for Predaking tucked in here. Let me see if I can actually find out how to open this up. The head sculpt of Predaking looks like. A little bit small, I think, but I'm not used to the legend scaled. I'm not that used to legend scale sizes, so it might be fine. I don't know. I'm gonna have to find out once the other parts come in. And as for DIVEBOMB himself, let me just give him his guns. Now these robots, they do feel very tight. So even though there are no ratchets, well, Razorclaw had ratchets in his hips actually, but that's necessary for the stability of Predacons. But the other joints are all pin, ball joints, yeah, friction based joints. And where is his head tucked in? Let me see if I can figure that out. Oh, it's probably in the face. Yeah, it should be in the face. Or the face is in the head, actually. So, how does this work? Oh, that's very small. So the faceplate is tucked into the beak. I guess this is how you're supposed to do it. Let me just play around with it a little bit, and then I'll get into the articulation of the robot. Now a very small piece came off, and I have no idea where it's supposed to be tucked into, where it came from, so I'm not seeing that. Yeah, okay, so I don't even know where to plug the wings into his back. There's this little peg right here, but I don't see anywhere where I can tuck it into. There are some holes right here, but I don't think that will fit. And we have this Predacons head in the way, and I can move these parts around. At first I thought that these little pegs would do the job, but I cannot get them in the proper direction for that to be able to do it. I can rotate all the way around. They can flip like this, but I don't see a way to connect it. And these wings are so huge that he's probably going to be very, very back heavy. But yeah, this is kind of confusing. And I'm actually thinking about because there's no manual inside, I don't have a reference or anything. I was looking at the box, but that's kind of cartoonish stylized, so that's not all the way accurate either. What to do? Now I did notice this little mushroom kind of joint right there, and this little peg right here, which you can slightly flip around, and then this comes out. But I think that's only needed to be able to use them as an arm for Predacons, but you never know. I'm just gonna try and take this out. It's so very tight. Yeah, this is not gonna work. So I'm pretty sure that this, I actually was able to take it out now and probably damage it a little bit. It's just so very tight. But that's only good for if it's actually gonna be used as which I think it will, as the joint for the shoulder joint for Predaking. So ridiculously tight. Yeah, just gonna tuck it back. Open up the beak again. Flip the face downwards. Too bad. I'm not going to be able to show it in its full glory, which of course I will be doing at the end of this video. I'm just going to go through the articulation of the robot now, because I've spent so much time on it already and I just don't see how to plug it in properly. Anyhow, his face is on a pretty huge neck, so you got some movement possibilities right there. You can rotate 360 around. And his arm is on like this. The shoulder is a single joint. He does not have the butterfly movement option as Razor Claw did. And this shoulder pad is separate from his arm, so you can put that in a different position for posing. The bicep rotation, double jointed arm, very nice. And the fist is just a close grip, same as with Razor Claw. Slight movement in it, well actually 90 degrees, but that doesn't look right. But you can position it slightly bent. 360 torso rotation. From what I could find, I don't think he has an ab crunch, which Razor Claw did, but this guy does not have it. Then as for his legs, he can spread them. Oh wait, the arm, yeah. You can spread the arm out like this, rotate it 360 around like this, and yeah, we covered the elbow. And the legs. About 100 degrees split, I think, somewhere around there. Kick to the front is not a full 90 degrees. It's more like 45 degrees. To the back we got about the same. Seems to be a single jointed knee. And for the toe, thigh rotation, halfway, close to the hip actually. And a toe dip, no toe pull, and no angling outwards. It was, well, slight, not really, yeah, just a minor movement, but it's nothing you can actually use much. Yeah, it's just too bad that I can't show him with his wings, because I think he does look really cool, and with the wings attached to him it would look even cooler, so that's just too bad. But yeah, just hang tight for the pictures at the end, because it is a pretty cool figure. Very small but very cool looking. And just imagine having the wings on him, it would look really cool. So. And as for this part, no idea where this came from. I might come across it later on. But yeah, let me see if I can do the transformation, which I'm actually kind of doubting. I'm seeing the bird legs right here, the condor or whatever it is. So yeah, I guess I'll be starting at the back part. We got the beak, of course, and the wings. So we basically have to do the torso and find some way to collapse the legs a little bit. Again, I don't really know what it's going to be what it's going to look like. I've got this for reference, but that won't tell me much, I don't think. So yeah, here we go. Oops. The leg just popped off. Did I break that? Oh no, I guess it just slides on there. Some kind of a mushroom peg. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Okay, so the knees are actually double jointed, but that's only for the purpose of the transformation, because the second part is hindered by this back side of the legs. So when this is closed up, you cannot use the bottom part of the double joint. I don't know. I tried a lot of things. Nothing really seems to work. Like this big chunk with the head of Predaking inside of it. It's I don't know where to put it. Maybe I just had to take it off. Could be as well. I think the screw actually came loose from all the wiggling around. Screw came loose, so that's not the way it's supposed to be done. But yeah, I don't know how to connect this back piece to his actual torso. I'm gonna look that up because that's definitely needed for it to become the bird it's supposed to be. Kind of too bad that there's not a manual included where you can just take a look at it right away, but if you're not recording you could use your phone to look it up, but I'm using my phone to record now, so it's just too bad that I'm not able to do that. Now I did sort of have it tucked in like this somehow, sort of, but it just didn't hold either. So that's not the way it's supposed to be done either. So yeah, I don't know. The same as with Razor Claw. I'm gonna look into it and give you guys the final look. Having said that, the designs of these characters look really cool, and that's what I was hoping for, because I'm just gonna be displaying them as robots next to my Predaking, and they look pretty cool. And the gold paint on this character is very, very nice. Like on the wings there's a lot, and from the pictures I thought that he might have too much red on him, but I actually think that's fine having him in hand. And I still don't know what this part is for. So weird. But yeah, having him in hand, it looks really cool. Like the red and the gold, it looks very nice. So I'm very happy with that. The guns could be better for both of them. I'm not a big fan of this yellow. That could use a little bit of sheen on it, I guess. Same as with like this part. It's got a nice look to it. The gold, of course. The yellow looks a bit cheapish. This one looks pretty premium apart from the red parts, but these red parts, like the metallic parts, they look really cool. So yeah, as of now I'm still a bit iffy about it, but they look pretty cool. So it's just I don't start off well with not being able to look this up and not being able to check the final form of Razor Claw. One thing which I had with Razor Claw as well as with this guy, like the legs, they don't have a certain peg to lock it all into place, to be sure that, okay, click, that's the way it's supposed to be. I was missing that on the hind legs of the Lion mode as well for Razor Claw. It just doesn't have that, so you're never really sure if it's in the right position or not. I actually still am not 100% sure about that. But yeah, I'll look both of them up. Very cool designs though, very cool designs. And I'm not so sure about the arms. There's a little hole right here, and I just put that back in there because I think that's the way it's supposed to be done. I'm not sure. Seems like it though. So yeah, I think this is sort of supposed to be the bird body, maybe like so. And then the wings need to come on there some way, one way or another. This part, this big part, I don't see a way to hide it properly. I'm gonna screw it in again on the head of Predaking. I'm kind of curious where they're gonna hide this, because maybe it's gonna be on top of the wings. I just don't know. Because if you push it inside, there's no room for the body to go in. So yeah, I'm kind of curious. I was thinking that maybe I have to take it off somehow, but like parts forming stuff, but doesn't seem like it. I just have no clue. So I'll get back on this, looking at the video, giving you guys the final form of these both these guys, and then wait for the other 3 characters to come out. We got Tantrum, Rampage, and what's the other guy called? Can't come up with his name right now, but yeah, 3 more guys to come out, and I'm kind of looking forward to that still. So yeah. So confused. Oh yeah, one letdown of these guys, like you might have noticed it during the transformation. Some of these mushroom packs are very loose. So if you position the part in the proper place, or what you think is the proper place, they come off. And I had it here on both legs, and what else? There was another part which came off. Oh yeah, the thigh of the robot came off. That's a mushroom peg as well. And these things, to clip them in, I really had to put a lot of force on the robot's feet and basically the butt of the bird. Like there's a little peg right there and a hole right there, and clipping those in, that took me a lot of effort. Might be that there needed some paint to be chipped off there for it to fit properly. But yeah, that's it for these guys. That's probably to close it all off in robot mode. Yeah, I'm not done here. I will finish it off and show you guys the end results of this, because they are very nice looking. And I'm so curious about how back heavy this guy is gonna be. Oh, they do actually sell. Oh, okay. So yeah, to be continued later. Alright guys, so it's now actually a couple of days after I've recorded Razor Claw. In the meantime, I've also tried to record DIVEBOMB, which was not successful either. There are some minor tricky things with both robots. So after Razor Claw, I scanned the QR code on the box, which Razor Claw only has one of, but DIVEBOMB actually has two QR codes. They both have the QR code to the Asian website, where I think you need an app for that. It's not entirely clear to me. But I did not watch, well, I did watch Razor Claw, or yeah, I did watch part of Razor Claw on the browser, but it didn't work properly or something. And then I noticed the second QR code on DIVEBOMB. So I scanned those, and one of those is actually a YouTube video. It's not the most clear instructional video there is, but it does work. So that made me want to get into DIVEBOMB as well. So I recorded the first part of DIVEBOMB, tried to do it, couldn't get it done. So I actually watched the full recording of the instructional video, and now I think I do have a grasp of how to transform him. And there were some parts on Razor Claw as well. Did I just say Razorback? Razor Claw. Let me just get into DIVEBOMB right now. Oh yeah, but to finish this video off for Razor Claw, but you're gonna have to have some patience with them, that's for sure. Now as for DIVEBOMB, this one looks even cooler than Razor Claw, and I was actually expecting me to not like this one, but I think it's really cool. Like he's very poseable, and yeah, I just like the whole color design, the whole color scheme, the nice metallic gold parts, some painted here as well, which I prefer more than the plastic parts. Toting the double guns, and yeah, I just think it looks really amazing. But he is very back heavy though. He does have these tail parts which you can use as stabilizers, but if you just want to have him stand on his legs, yeah, that's probably not gonna work. So you get these tail parts to stabilize him on the back, which is okay with me. I'm fine with that. Same as with Razor Claw, very poseable for such a small figure. I just think he looks amazing, and these wings, you can fold them in like so, and then he still looks very cool. So I'm just very I'm a big fan of this guy. Now I did have huge problems with the transformation. First off, I couldn't get the wings to pop on. Now what needs to be done is, so I got it like this, and the face of Predacon, like the screw got loose with me toying around with it, getting this part out, because it's very, very tight. So I screwed it back on, I played around with it, and it separated again. It became loose again. So that is a pretty big issue. Let me just flip this out. I'm gonna push it from the inside now, because there's just no way to get it out with your fingers. For me, that is. So yeah, there's a screw here with a little ring, and then on the other side you're supposed to screw it in, but wiggling it around messed up the screw part inside this little neck part. So it's loose, it's gonna remain loose. I'm not sure what I'm gonna be doing with that. I can like put it back on somewhat. But yeah, because the head is on a ball joint on the neck, and you have to screw the neck back in, you don't really get enough friction to actually make the screw work. So you can do it a little bit, but you can't get the final twist in for it to be actually really stable. So it will be moving around a little bit. You get a little bit of a wobble on it. But yeah, so what you need to do for it to be able to stick onto DIVEBOMB's back is fold this one in, then tuck it in all the way. Now, and this is probably gonna make the head break off again. So yeah, you're gonna have to push this all the way in. Now this is a part which can extend. So it's actually, yeah, okay, so how you're gonna probably have to use it for Predacon is that you're gonna have to extend it out. For DIVEBOMB you have to extend it back in. It's on a double hinge. So it comes lower, the connection part comes lower on the back. And then you're gonna have to push this part back in, but it's so very tight that you're gonna have to put force on it. Because if I do it like this, I don't think that's gonna work. Maybe push these in first. Because this does not give me enough room to put it on the back side. DIVEBOMB, maybe like so. I kind of doubt it, but yeah, this part, this brace part, has to go in between his shoulders right there. So you have to click them in from the top, like so, and then it clicks in. It's very stable, it's very sturdy. So that's how you're supposed to be doing that. That was one of the parts which I couldn't figure out during the transformation recording. But this is how it works. Then there was a little part which popped off, which I had no idea where it came from, where I had to put it back on. But that's actually the top part of the face of the bird. So the part of the eyes, and I don't know why this is so loose, but it can pop off. And I have no idea why this is, but yeah, you can just pop it back on. So yeah, those were the things I ran into with the transformation. I tried to transform it into eagle mode, and I think I got it done, but I couldn't get the wings back on, so I'm just going to be transforming it right now and see if that actually all works. And apparently you can use the guns as extra guns on the back side of the wing part. I'm going to have to look into that, how that actually works. Oh yeah, and for brand name, I thought it was Deformation, but I've heard some other people call it Black Mamba, and I've heard what was it again? Great Works or something like that. I don't remember. I really don't know what the brand is. But yeah, going back to the bird mode, Let's see if I can get that done. Yeah, okay, so I'm noticing a couple of things. I should have probably recorded with the camera a little bit lower because half it was out of the screen. But this face part of Predacon is really problematic, so I'm not going to be using it as Predacon anyways. I might just do it just for funsies, but I'm not going to be using it as display in Predacon mode. I'm just going to be using them in robot mode, like I said many times before, so I don't really care about this. But if you're buying it for legend scale Predacon, be very wary of this. It might become problematic. So yeah, I got the gun stuck on the backside. The wings attached to the bird mode, spread out legs a little bit in a more active position, and I just think it looks really cool. Like yeah, design wise they did a pretty cool job on it, especially with all the paint going on and just the design overall. Like I said, I think I actually like Dive Bomb a little bit more than Razor Claw, which I did not expect at all. So yeah, that's it for this combined video review and review, transforming unboxing of Dive Bomb and Razor Claw. It's got some issues, but I just really like the way they look. So there's that. Thank you guys for watching, and hope to see you guys for the next video. Later!